This is the AM News. Let's start from our election headquarters. Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, has pledged to declare electoral results that reflects the true mandate of voters. The EC boss gave the assurance at the signing of the 4th Peace Pact ahead of the 2024 presidential elections. The National Peace Council has committed all 12 presidential candidates contesting this year's elections to signing a peace pact to ensure all parties agree to use peaceful means to resolve any electoral dispute before, during and after elections. The road to the Peace Pact has not been without difficulties as the opposition National Democratic Congress tabled some demands which the Peace Council is yet to resolve. But in her address and pledge for peace, the EC chair, Jean Mensah, says the Commission will work to ensure the final result of the elections reflects the true mandate of the people.
Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, Chopbox Technology, a convenient service, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants CIMA, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants AICPA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gaps for positive youth development. Syntex Tanks, Air Strong, Air Tough, Potential Real Estate, your trusted partner in real estate. Deluxe Paint, Paint Mu Champion.
As a commission, I assure you that we will continue to apply these ingredients of transparency, responsiveness, and inclusiveness in all our activities through to the election day and beyond. On behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I pledge that my team and I will continue to conduct our activities in a way and manner that will ensure peace before, during, and long after the 2024 election. The processes we will employ on election day and in the days aftermath are robust, transparent, and inclusive. The results we will declare will reflect the will of the citizens as expressed at the polls.
We can now hear from the two major candidates. First is the New Patriotic Party's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who says he will do everything on his part to ensure peace, urging his contenders to also do the same.
As we approach the home stretch for the elections 2024, my plea to everybody involved in the electioneering process, including candidates, political parties, electoral officers, voters, the media, security, and the general public, is to take responsibility for ensuring peace and harmony seriously, and to demonstrate that we are not reluctant Democrats. My hope, and that of the MPP, is that we will come out of this election stronger as a nation. We are hopeful all sides will take some positive steps to preserve the unity, peace, and stability of this country.
I've come here today to place on record my personal commitment and that of my party, the National Democratic Congress, to the sustenance of Ghana's peace. At the very outset, let me indicate that we in the NDC remain eternally committed to the building of a peaceful and prosperous country in which the aspirations of all our people can be met. Our active participation in this event is an indication of its importance in the overall effort to guarantee peace and ensure the preservation of our nation in the aftermath of the upcoming elections.
Now, still on the Peace Pact, Chairman of the Peace Council, Reverend Dr. Ernest Edujimfi, says all political parties must at all costs eschew violence before, during, and after the elections.
Since the inception of the Fourth Republic, Ghana has seen considerable improvement in her electoral journey. The Electoral Commission, the political parties, the police service, and the media all improved their methods of operation in terms of capacity and delivery. There have been significant reforms in the election calendar and the general conduct of elections which have enabled the organization of peaceful, transparent, and credible elections. It is indeed our collective duty as citizens of Ghana to ensure that our elections are conducted in a free, fair, and transparent environment. Excellencies, it is in furtherance of sustaining the peace of Ghana that the National Peace Council was established to facilitate and develop mechanisms for conflict prevention, management, resolution, and to build sustainable peace in the country.
In other stories, the Ghana Journalists Association has vowed to resist attempts by the Electoral Commission to resist media access to coalition centers after the EC said only a limited number of media outlets will be granted access to the constituency and regional coalition centers. GJA President Albert Jumfo, at a press briefing, said the association has engaged the Electoral Commission to reconsider the decision. Mr. Jumfo indicated that the move could lead to the spread of misinformation and disinformation on election day, which could disrupt the peace the country enjoys. Albert Jumfo acknowledged the critical role the media plays on ensuring people are well informed on election day and urged the EC to allow the media unfettered access to the coalition centers.
In that engagement, we clearly stated our position. The EC must give unfettered access to the media at all the levels of voting and collation of ballots. The parties agreed that GJA and GIBA should present a proposal to the EC on the way forward, which we are working on as we speak to you. Colleagues, we believe restricting access to the media will not be in the best interest of transparency, accountability, and access to information, which is always a major partnership essential for these elections.
Now, still on election 2024, the NDC parliamentary candidate in Lambusie constituency, Professor Titus Bayu, says he remains unfazed by threats and any form of intimidation directed at him or his supporters. He reaffirmed this resolve to reclaim the parliamentary seat that the NDC lost to the NPP in the last elections. Addressing a press conference in Wa, Professor Bayu revealed that during a campaign event last Tuesday, his personal security detail spotted a young man who had earlier issued threats against his life, handing over a locally manufactured pistol to an accomplice, Philip Wonueno. His private security team swiftly intervened before the suspect could execute his premeditated act, apprehending him and handing him over to the police. Joy News Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports that the suspect, that is Philip Wonueno, was subsequently arraigned before the Wa Circuit Court, and he has been remanded into police custody and is scheduled to reappear in court on January 16th next year.
According to the NDC parliamentary candidate for Lambusie, Professor Titus Bayu, his attention was drawn whilst addressing a rally of the presence of one Isaac Bayu, alias Kumbere, a known supporter of the NPP, who was engaged in an altercation with one of his supporters and disputing some of the information that he was given to the gathering. Professor Bayu alleged that Isaac Bayu tried to physical assault Solomon Korso, one of his team members, and was restrained by other members present.
He left the scene on his motorbike very angry amidst his issuance of death threats to my person and 2 of my team members. He promised to return and deal with us. After a brief period, while I was still on the floor addressing the gathering, he returned to the scene. Still very infuriated, our security details monitored him closely and noticed him handing over a gun to one Philip Wonueno, currently in police custody, who is a son of the NPP polling station chairman in Kocha. The security closed in on Philip Weneno before he could carry out any premeditated attack. They apprehended him, seized their weapon, and it was a locally manufactured pistol loaded with live ammunition. He was subsequently handed over to the police and should be appearing in court in Wa today.
Suspect Bonano this morning was arraigned before the Wa Sacred Court behind me. He was remanded into police custody and to appear next year, January 16. His accomplice, Isaac Bayo, is currently at large. The police says they are pursuing him to bring him to justice. Professor Bayo praised his security team for their vigilance, which made them to foil the attack.
Fortunately, this attack was foiled by the vigilance of our security team. My team and I escaped the ordeal unharmed, though many community members were traumatized emotionally. While it may be early days yet to point accusing fingers, we repose full confidence in the police to conduct a thorough investigation to unravel anybody behind or involved in this plot and bring them to book.
The former General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association said he's unshaken and unfazed about the threat and intimidation on his life, adding that he remains resolute in his quest to reclaiming the Lambusie parliamentary seat the NDC ceded to the MPP in the last elections.
Let me use this opportunity to inform all criminally minded persons that I am unfazed by this threat and any other form of intimidation. We are resolute in our quest to take back the seat of Lambusie for the National Democratic Congress, to bring quality leadership of service to the good people of Lambusie, and nothing will stop us.
Reporting for J News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams, Chopbox Technology, a convenient service, German Ozone Medical Center, alternative therapy, dental, wellness and beauty, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants CIMA, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants AICPA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Youth Break Foundation, bridging the gaps for positive youth development. Syntex Tanks, Air Strong, Air Tough, Potential Real Estate, your trusted partner in real estate. Deluxe Paint, Paint Mu Champion.
Now let's focus on the education sector, because the free senior high school program is once again at the center of a heated political debate between the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. This time, the controversy has made its way into academia, with university lecturers openly taking sides based on their political persuasion. At the University of Cape Coast School of Business conference room, two groups of academics held separate press conferences to share their views on the policy. Central Regional Correspondent Erica Sante has more in the following report.
The first group, known as University Lecturers for Free SHS, in their press conference held at the University of Cape Coast School of Business Conference Hall, situated their message on three thematic areas. The group chronicled statement from the NDC suggesting the party was against the Free SHS policy. Professor Isaac Boedi, a dean of the University of Professional Studies, is the convener of the group.
President Mahama on the 9th November 25th, 2017, stated that La Sulala Free SHS will fail. Former President Mahama, on his presidential promises, the primaries that he conducted, said Akufo-Addo free education is not working. Again, former President Mahama, again on October 1st, 2018, reiterated his aversion to free education, free SHS, stating that it will undergo a review and hinted on the possibility of the policy being scrapped because, to him, It is unthinkable to spend 2 billion Ghana cedi in free SHS and that it is seriously constricting government budget. With all these pronouncements against free SHS, how would anyone convince Ghanaians that our former president, Mahama, will be a better manager of this same policy?
The lecturers who declared their support for the NPP government urged voters to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to safeguard the free SHS policy.
The free SHS education program is a beacon of hope for millions of children and a catalyst for national transformation. As university lecturers, we pledge our unwavering support for this initiative and commit to advocating for its protection and improvement. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is poised to win the December 7th, 2024 general election.
But the remarks have drawn sharp criticism from another group of academics who also held a press conference at the same venue. They are known as the University Lecturers for Improved Free SHS. The Professor George K.T. Ojo-led group accused their colleagues of partisan bias and called on voters to evaluate political promises rather than rely on what they describe as distorted narratives.
These distortions, ladies and gentlemen, in our educational sector wouldn't have reached a stage where Charles would describe the situation as a ticking time bomb if the NPP had heeded the caution by the experienced visionary leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, that if he had even 2 billion cedis to spend, he won't spend all on free SHS, neglecting other levels. Simply, the fundamentals of our educational system has been weakened and need resetting.
That does it for election headquarters, but in other stories, the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana has announced a nationwide indefinite strike effective yesterday, Thursday, November 28th. Now, the decision follows the government's failure to fulfill key promises, including the provision of adequate personal protective equipment, payment of outstanding salary arrears, and honoring commitments related to bonuses and financial clearance for new staff. My colleague, Collins Frimpong, has been examining the potential impact of the strike.
Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana has begun an indefinite strike today, November 29th, in demand for about 500 more employment or staff employment, and also demand for protective equipment as well as increments in certain allowances. But is the strike effective? This is the question that many people have been asking. Here at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Mortuary, we speak to some relatives off camera who tell Joy News that they were able to gain services. Normally, when you come here, you can see that the entrance or the main entrance has been locked during strike period. But today, when the team got here, the entrance or the main gate was opened with no sign of strike. The dangers or the red flags that are always hanged on the gates are no more there.
Shining a spotlight on the importance of mental health, Girl Get Up Africa took its annual conference to a whole new level. With a panel of passionate speakers, the event touched the hearts and minds of young women, reminding them of their worth and the need to take care of themselves and their communities. There's more in this report.
As part of its commitments to empowering young women to become best versions of themselves, Girl Get Up Africa incorporated a mental health session into its annual conference. A panel of esteemed speakers delivered heartfelt messages encouraging the young women in attendance to prioritize their well-being and recognize their immense value to themselves and those around them.
I think at the very core of that topic, Girl, You Matter, we're telling you, it's like we're telling you you matter, But the most important thing is for you to switch that you to I.
One of the speakers, Janet Sunkwa Mills, who's also marketing strategist, urged the attendees to maximize their time while they're still young and to always include ways of impacting society in their plans.
Why don't we want to own things and do them in a way that impacts others positively? Sometimes you need a mentor, somebody to guide you, and that is all. So don't live your life here feeling that you're a second-class citizen. What did I say? You are abundantly made.
Similarly, the founder of Girl Get Up Africa, Sweetie Abochi, inspired the audience by sharing her personal journey, emphasizing the importance of resilience, hard work, and hope in pursuit of a brighter future.
There was a time in my life where we didn't have enough food to eat. And so there were neighbors who I thought were richer than us or were, more comfortable than us at Lashibi Community 18. And they had this bag of rice that they were going to throw away. And that's when I learned the word expired. So I remember it. So they were going to throw the bag of rice away, and then I saw them and I was like, why are you taking that too? I was hungry. I could feel the hunger pangs, right? And for me, that's so much food. Why are you going to throw so much food away? Somehow, my mom appeared and said, oh, don't worry, I'll toss it for you. I'll take it off your hands. You're going to throw it away, right? I'll take it away. I'll throw it away for you. And so she took it. We ate that bag of rice for about 2 weeks, right? And the last time my mom prepared that meal, she only gave us the raw rice and said, go to school, I'll bring the stew to you later.
The conference concluded on a high note, with attendees leaving motivated and equipped with actionable insights to navigate life's challenges. By fostering self-awareness, resilience, and social impact, Girl Get Up Africa continues to be a beacon of hope and empowerment for young women. Adobe Asare's report for Joy News.
On that note, let's get into a business update with Benjamin Akapu.
Welcome to business. Now, an international court in London is expected to rule on Tullow Oil's $400 million in tax charged by the Ghana Revenue Authority by the end of this year. We have details in this report.
This update was captured in Tullow Oil's trading, released to its investors in London today. The oil exploration noted that, depending on the outcome of the ruling, that could impact on its 2024 financials. Tullow, in October 2021, filed a request at the International Chamber of Commerce contesting the tax charge by the Ghana Revenue Authority. However, the Ghana Revenue Authority is insisting that it stands by the work done on Tullow when it comes to taxes due Ghana. However, a lot of industry watchers are worried about the impact of this move in Ghana's quest to attract fresh investment into the sector in these challenging times.
Now, exploration firm Springfield has established that its Afena oil well has significant commercial flow to aid full-scale production. Group Chief Executive of Springfield, Kevin Ottery, has been speaking about this significant milestone and its impact on commercial production.
We are extremely happy with the results of our appraisal program, which has further confirmed our understanding of our geological, geophysical, and reservoir models, and has demonstrated our operational capacity. Afena 1X is a vertical well. We are confident that a horizontal well or other well options that maximize reservoir exposure in the fields will deliver much higher production rates. This provides an incredible platform for reaffirming commercial development options for the Sedimanian and the Turanian reservoirs. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Springfield team, the Northern Ocean Deep Sea Booster crew, and all the other service partners for conducting this activity safely and on schedule.
Well, that will be it for the business updates this morning. I'm actually looking, since it's a Friday, on a lighter note, about when I can grow enough hair like Sweetie Abochi so I can, do styles, different styles with the hair. Sweetie Abochi, over to you.
Ben, thank you for first bringing us business updates and for acknowledging that I'm wearing my own hair today. But that's a wrap for the AM News Bulletin. Guess who's joining us for News Review? Kwame Nkrumah Botsue, that's General Secretary of the CPP. Afel Moni, former president of GJA, and lawyer Apia Dankwa from the Movement for Change. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.